In this video, I'll talk to Jordan Druber from 9to5toys. And this is an opportunity to really expose you guys to the greatness that is 9to5toys and all the great video content over there that Jordan has been making for well over a year now. So I interviewed Jordan, we talk about some of his favorite products, his workflow, and other things related to 9to5toys. Check it out. All right, so it's nice to finally get together with you, Jordan. It's been a long time coming for sure.
Yeah, great to talk with you, Jeff.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do? What's your routine? Just give us the full scoop.
For sure, yeah. Well, my name's Jordan Druber, but I usually go by Jordan Druber, I guess, is my handle, because Druber is a lot to say. I'm a husband, father of two, and I love video games, exploring, motorcycles, and tech. And so kind of what we're doing here at 9to5toys, on 9to5toys.com, we feature a lot of different tech deals and different products. And so I kind of do reviews and hands-on with those products, which just gives us an opportunity to, show people what these things are actually like in use and some thoughts while using those.
Yeah, excellent. If you guys have not seen Jordan's videos, you definitely need to click and check it out, because he has some awesome reviews of just general tech products and some really some obscure products as well.
Yeah.
That I think are really interesting. How do you go about choosing what exactly you're going to cover? Because I always thought that was interesting. What's the process behind that?
Sure. Yeah. Well, because 9to5toys is such a wide, array of different products, there really is a lot to choose from. And so I'll get different, pings from other people in the 9to5 network that say, hey, I have this, opportunity with this one product, is that something that you're interested in? And I'll be like, is that something that fits into toys? And so I'll usually, tap on Trevor, the senior editor's shoulder, be like, hey, what do you think about this? And so I kind of work with him with some different ideas like that. But, really, because the 9to5 network with 9to5Mac, 9to5 Google, toys, electric, is so vast, there's quite a bit of opportunity to get, some different products to test out, and lots of great interaction from other editors with really good ideas.
Awesome. So what is it like that keeps you, with so many things, sometimes it could feel overwhelming, but what is it that keeps you locked in with such a diverse tech landscape?
It's kind of fun to stay with, things that I'm comfortable with, but then at the same time, it can be exciting to check out some new things that I've never tried, like an espresso machine that, we got recently, or a, Hot Wheels Smart Track, or, other work from home accessories that might be kind of exciting, in the current day and age. So it's, a nice variety of things that keeps it interesting. It helps me to learn new things about different products I've never tried. I did my first Raspberry Pi build.
Awesome.
And so it's kind of fun to see what all's out there, what all's possible.
Yeah. So with that said, what are the recent tech trends that you've seen that make you excited or that really interest you?
I guess this might be a little bit of a cop-out, but the thing I'm most excited about right now is the next generation console gaming. And really that's because I got the Series X, and I stayed up way too late last night playing Destiny 2, because it just got a recent update where you can play up to 4K at 120 FPS in Crucible matches. So Destiny is a game I've been playing for a long time, and so seeing that change, going to high resolution, high frame rate, refresh rate on a nice monitor like this Monoprice back here, that was just a completely different experience. And it makes me really excited to see what developers are going to be coming out with in the future, and how, I guess, kind of more accessible this high performance hardware is.
You mentioned Monoprice, so they make a 120 hertz monitor? Really?
Yeah. So, this one back here, so it's their Dark Matter 49-inch, it's their, what do they call it? UHD. It's dual 1440 27-inch monitors kind of stitched together. And it does that at 120 frames per second, or 120 hertz.
Yeah, when I think of Monoprice, I think of cheap cables. I don't think of high-end displays, but I guess they've expanded their repertoire a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's why they put the kind of Dark Matter, kind of like their, high performance gaming brand in front of that, just to kind of separate it from, I do think, the kind of cheaper Monoprice that we're usually used to.
Nice. So let's talk about some of your some of the favorite videos I've watched of yours recently. One was the Jackery solar generator. So
Yeah.
can you explain what that is and why it's so unique and useful?
Yeah, so that one is the solar generator, which is a kit, which combines it combines the Jackery Explorer 1000, which is their like portable power station, with two Solar Saga 100-watt panels, and so that gives you the opportunity to not only have a really great portable power station with you that's I think is capable of powering up to 1,000 watts continuously. But then also has 3 AC outlets. And then at the same time, with those 2 panels, you can recharge that. If you have a sunny day, you can charge it pretty much as fast as you can from a indoor wall outlet. So it's really great to have that versatility to be able to charge at home, on the go, be ready for an emergency, or if you're, going off an adventure and camping somewhere, it can be nice to have along some extra power like that.
Yeah, and I noticed you're also into keyboards, mechanical keyboards. What are some of your favorites?
Yeah, so getting into it, that's kind of been part of the territory, I think, with this, because it is a really popular community, and it is something that really is very exciting. So the one that I keep coming back to, we've gotten quite a few to review this year. The one that I keep coming back to is the Drop Alt, and so this one, it's a 65% layout. So it still has some of the navigation keys on the right side. It has, delete, home, page up, page down, arrow keys, which are all something that I use a lot when working, but I really like the smaller form factor for gaming. And the other thing that's great about the Drop Alt is it has hot swappable switches, so you can really get in there and kind of tinker around and tweak it. So I think it kind of extends the lifespan of a keyboard like that, because you can keep making changes and adjustments to it.
I just have to warn you, I judge people by the type of key switches they use. So what's your favorite key switch?
I like having a little bit of feel, so I'm using tactile switches right now.
Okay.
I think I have the Gatron Browns.
Okay, brown. Yeah, I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah,
those are the best. Also.
Yeah, so it's a nice light switch. I had some heavier ones that I didn't like as much, but I'm really enjoying these.
Yeah, my wife appreciates the brown much more than the blue, for sure.
Absolutely.
It is so loud. So, yeah, and then lastly, there was one I saw. You do a lot of microphones as well, and I noticed a lot of the mics, at least some of them that I saw, have like LED or RGB lighting. What's the deal with that? Is that a trend that we're seeing recently, or what's up?
Man, RGB everything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
right.
it's kind of ridiculous. I think we do actually even maybe have a chair with RGB lights coming up here before too long. But yeah, so the HyperX Quadcast S. Previously, last year, they came out with a Quadcast, which just has a red light in it that illuminates when it's active, and then if you mute the microphone, that light will turn off. But this year, they came out with a Quadcast S, which is pretty much the same, except it adds USB Type-C, which is a nice upgrade, but then also it has internal RGB lights that you can customize to whatever color you want. So I think it has 2 different ones, one on top and one on bottom. So you can dial those into your brand color, or just have them go crazy. Just kind of do whatever you want.
Yes.
And
which mic are you using right now, though? What is that one?
Yeah, so this one is the Razer Siren Emote. And this is what I use for most of my videos, mainly because of the small form factor. Because I'm typically showing with my hands a product, it gives me a little more room and flexibility, and it doesn't distract as much, I guess, as some bigger microphones.
Yeah, your sound quality I've always been impressed by just the quality of the sound. You think that you have to have this really expensive setup, but that's obviously not true by your videos. Yeah.
Yeah, USB microphones work pretty well too.
Right. So I have to ask, Apple or Android, which team are you on?
I'm Team Apple,
Okay.
And that might be primarily just because that's what I'm used to, I guess, at this point. Obviously my main editing rig is a PC, but as far as like mobile devices and everything, pretty much Apple.
Dude, we have to get you over to Final Cut. So you're using Premiere, right?
I am, yeah. So I started on Final Cut. I loved Final Cut. But then back in the day when they switched to 10 or X, and they stopped supporting any previous generation files,
Yeah.
that was pretty much a killer for
Right.
me.
I think a
And
lot
that's
of
when I
people
switched
did
over
that.
to Premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come back over, man. It's really good now. It really is. Yeah. You'll have to try it out again. It's really
I
cool.
definitely need to give it a try
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure. So what are your thoughts, like, with tech and gear, and it can be like, there's always something new coming out, just constantly. Especially for Apple, it feels like this year has just been a deluge of products. How do you balance that? What do you think about like gear acquisition syndrome, where people feel like they have to have the latest and greatest all the time, have to stay updated?
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I don't really think anyone that knows me would describe me as an early adopter so much. I usually wait a little bit and kind of see how things play out and, think about, what's the next piece of gear that I really need. And I think part of that is because I guess I've seen kind of the vicious cycle side of that. It can be, and it can not always end well.
Right.
When you feel like you're kind of in that cycle of always having to get the latest stuff. And I also really enjoy just kind of getting by with what I have or making do with what I have. And so that's kind of fun to kind of figure out, different ways that you can modify things or change how you're working or shooting to kind of cater to what you have.
Right. Yeah. Just using your resources, not always looking for the next big thing. Yeah.
Right. And that's not to say I don't, drool over all the latest cameras and the latest GPUs. I've definitely sat there with a couple different GPUs in my cart, thinking, should I buy this? No, I should probably wait. Yeah. And I did recently upgrade my camera. So shooting on the A7S III now, which has been a huge upgrade over the A7S II that I had been using since, I think, October 2016. So
what's your favorite thing about the A7S III?
Well, for me, it's been autofocus.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Is that your only camera, your A7S III?
Well, I have the A7S II now as well.
Okay.
And then my wife and I both used to shoot weddings, so we have a bunch of Canon gear as well.
Gotcha.
I think we have maybe 3 or 4 different 5D bodies sitting around. So, but yeah, mainly the Sony is what I've been shooting all this on. The A7S III has been a huge upgrade over the A7S II just because autofocus. Before this, typically I wasn't really in front of the camera. I was always behind it. And so now, being both behind and in front of the camera, the ability to have some autofocus has been very beneficial in my workflow.
Is there any other products that you wanted just to talk about or mention?
Yeah. So one other one, we cover obviously a lot of like tech stuff and a lot of work from home stuff, but some other products as well and some kind of EDC kind of products. So one that I've had basically with me in my pocket, since I bought it in 2015 is the Leatherman Skeletool. And so this is something I think it's always super handy to have a multifunction tool like this in your pocket. The amount of times that I use the blade on here or the bit driver, it's probably every day, either for putting a tripod mount on my camera or opening a box or fixing something around the house. So this is something that has been really beneficial, and I really enjoy having on me.
So Jordan, it's been a pleasure talking with you, catching up with you, really getting behind the scenes look at your workflow and the products and your thought process behind it all. Where can people go to find you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, on Instagram, Jordan Druber is my personal account, though I don't really post a whole lot there. But the 9to5toys Instagram account is a great way to keep up with what we're posting, different products and reviews. But then mainly head over to YouTube. So youtube.com/9to5toys and subscribe and check out all the videos on there. And then also 9to5toys.com, our main website where we're featuring all the best deals every day, and all the products that we feature on the YouTube channel that I'm going hands-on with, we do feature on there as well. And so we're usually posting great deals on those different products.
So Jordan, I just want to thank you for joining us again. I appreciate you spending some time with me, and look forward to seeing what you do next.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. It's been a pleasure talking with you.